we have another great episode coming up. I have Erin Belley from Magnolia Tattoo Collective. Did I say that right?
Yes, but it's Belley.
Belley.
It's very butchered French. It's supposed to have an accent, but it's not supposed to have an accent because
I should ask.
No, it's fine. You can do it.
I can do it. Yeah, thank you. Welcome back to Airdrie Inside. I'm your host, Britton Lightingham. And today we have Erin Belley with me from Magnolia Tattoo Collective. Thanks so much, Erin, for coming in.
You are welcome.
Yeah. So tell me a bit about yourself. Take me back to like the first moment that you knew you wanted to do tattoos. And maybe we can go back even more to your like artistic childhood or what might have been. But yeah.
I don't know that it was necessarily always something where I really wanted to do tattoos. Like I very much kind of like fell into it after high school. I was taking a gap year from high school before I went to art college. And there was like a local shop in town that some of my friends hung out, and they're like, you should just come with us and we're going to get tattooed today. So I went in, he's like, hey man, you should really do an apprenticeship. Like, you're a good artist. I was like, sure. Why not? I was supposed to work for my dad, meter reading for ACO Gas actually for the summer, which sounded like a terrible job for me. I'm sure it's a great job. So he was like, I think less than impressed when I was like, just kidding, Dad. I'm going to actually do like a tattoo apprenticeship. I don't know this man, and I'm going to spend all year with him. It's going to be great. So I worked there for, I think, just shy of 2 years. And then that kind of like fell through. So I bounced around a few shops in Calgary for a couple of years. Eventually landing, well, actually I ended up quitting tattooing at one point. I was working for kind of a greasy guy, kind of a greasy shop. And I was like, man, this is not the art career that I had anticipated. And at the same time I was going to college and I was like failing drawing class and I was failing art history. And
really?
Yeah. But I went to an art-based high school. And I feel like I went into college with like a little bit of a like dick attitude. Like I was like, hey, I know all of these things. I've done this. I've done art history. I've done art studio. So I went in kind of like expecting that I wouldn't have to do those things, which is absurd. But I was 18 and like,
you thought it'd be easy.
Yeah, I think I just expected it to be different than it was, and it like really like brought everything back to basics. Which for me, I was like, I felt like I'd already done it, which is definitely just like a very juvenile attitude.
And you were.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. I was like living on my own and I was like, cool. So I'll just like melt margarine instead of olive oil in this dish because like I can't afford olive oil, I guess. Like margarine sounds great. So yeah, totally. Yeah, like ramen, not even real ramen, just Mr. Noodle ramen for like every meal is great. So yeah, I actually dropped out of school. I quit tattooing and I worked at Lamley's Western Wear for a solid 8 months.
Okay. Months.
Not a very long time. Before I was like, this is not for me. Like retail is not it. This is not my long-term goal. So I ended up nailing down like another job as a full-time artist at a studio.
They didn't fire you. You knew that was, you had
at
to move
Lamley's.
on. Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, I didn't get fired. It was coming up to Stampede, and the commission structure at the time, it's like really difficult to get any commission. This is probably like not shareable.
That's fine.
I'm not sure what they're
going. Yeah, that's interesting.
So yeah, I was like, this is not it. And I was like, I'm gonna just put in my notice, and I'd like found a shop that I was gonna work at. So I started doing that. Just like I was coaching skating at nighttime, and I was cleaning stalls in the morning, and then I would like tattoo like at horse stalls, and then I would like tattoo in the middle of the day. And then I would like teach skating to little kids at night. And then I would like go home and draw. And I just like hustled for a long time. I ended up moving to a shop downtown and I worked there for 6 years. And that was kind of, I think, where like I got my first taste of actual like business structure within the tattoo industry. The owner was very much like, he wasn't a tattooer, but he was like very business oriented. So he was kind of the first one that was like, oh, well, like you should have I have a budget. Like, of course I have a budget. What do you mean? Why wouldn't I have a budget? And I was like, oh, I've never really thought about that before. So
he wasn't the greasy guy or whatever you called that other shop.
No. No, he definitely like, and he let me manage a lot of things at the shop and handle like inventory stuff and like payroll when he was out of town for like, he had another company as well. So I definitely learned like a lot of the basics, I think, there. And then from there, I was kind of like, how can this expand more into tattooing? So I ended up like, from there, I moved to a shop. There was more of like a rental based structure than a commission based. And I kind of just started like growing my education on like sole proprietorship from there as like a chair renter.
Yeah.
And then, you know, on and on to where
To today.
where we are now.
And I want to back up. So like, did you finish, and was it ACAD then, or did you finish college?
I did, yeah. When I started tattooing again, I ended up moving back home with my parents. Actually, I was like, I cannot afford to live alone in Calgary. I was living in like a 2-bedroom with roommates that like never paid rent, and I was like always covering, and I was kind of at the point where I was like, I cannot afford this. So my parents,
you were always the adult. Artist,
man,
but always the adult.
Always the adult. So my parents graciously were like, you can come home if you go back to school and you save our house. Like those are the stipulations. Which at the time I was like, fine, I guess, like if I have to. But now like looking back, I'm like, that super propelled me into like adulthood, because I was like, as soon as I graduated, I was like prepared to purchase a home, which like was a lot easier in 2015 than it is now, for sure.
Well done.
Yeah. So like, thanks, mom and dad.
Yeah.
Awesome. But yes, I do. I did finish my degree. I have a Bachelor of Fine Arts in painting.
Nice. Yeah.
From it's AU Arts now, I think, right?
Yeah. I'm just going to say yes.
Yes.
I kind of lost touch with what it is. I knew it had a name change. Yeah. So you did all that. You hopped around a little bit, like trying to, was it that you weren't quite sure if tattooing is what you wanted to do, or just didn't find the shop that you wanted? Because you had that apprenticeship as well.
Yeah. I think I just didn't find the shop that I wanted. There was a lot of stuff. Like tattooing is very different 18 years ago than it is now. Was hardly women in the industry. The women that were in the industry were, I think, not taken as seriously, and
Really?
they definitely weren't like the ideal artist for somebody to pick walking in. And there was definitely like a learning curve of like, well, like gatekeeping in the industry, especially towards women. So
gatekeeping meaning you
like,
don't get this cool gig, or
well, you just don't get this information, or you don't get like, yeah, you don't get the job over somebody else, or you don't get the client over somebody else. In a lot of shops in that kind of time period, like they were more like street shops. So clients just walk in, and it's kind of like whoever the first artist is to talk to them, whoever the best fit is, like that's who the client would kind of get sent to. So if you weren't like on top or like in the higher end of the hierarchy of tattooers of the shop, like you didn't get clients unless you were like finding them yourselves. And Instagram was like not as much of a thing then. It was kind of just getting popular or just like starting. So we were just like walking around, throwing our cards out at bars at people, and hey, here's my card, come get tattooed. Like word of mouth was like the way to do stuff. And conventions, like big tattoo conventions.
Yeah. Because it wasn't coming in through the door for you.
Not I don't think as often. And then like also because I was a younger artist and I didn't have a ton of clientele and I was coming from a smaller town, I definitely didn't have like the draw of a really popular shop that I was at to kind of like pull in the clients. So it was a lot of hustling and a lot of like really, I think kind of like having the customer service side of things, where I wasn't just this like angry biker dude being like, get in the chair, shut up and don't cry. Like I'm always like, here's a juice box. So like, are you okay?
Much kinder.
Yeah. And I just like, I really think, especially now, like the industry is so oversaturated, that you could be like a really, really great tattooer, but if you're a not nice person, like if you're mean to your clients, like they're probably not going to come back. And I think that's like important. It's important now in the industry. It definitely didn't used to be.
You could be real. You could be an asshole.
You could be an asshole, and like nobody cared. Like I mean, people cared obviously, but they'd be like, "Oh, this guy's good." Like even though his teeth are rotting out of his head, and he yells at me every 5 seconds for bleeding, like I'll still go to him, I guess.
This is
that was yeah.
This is what I get for this.
Totally.
Yeah, this experience. Yeah. Whoa. And then you met that tattoo shop that took you under his wing and then was teaching you the ropes of the business side?
Yeah.
When was that? That was 2015?
That would have been I want to say 2012-ish. Yeah. Maybe even before that, maybe like 2010-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what, like he started to, like the industry was changing a little bit then, and it wasn't so sexist.
I think
so
yeah. Yeah, I think there was definitely a lot more women going into the industry, and there was like this really big branch towards like at that point it was commission structure. So tattoo artists pretty much made like a 50-50 split. You paid the owner 50% of everything you made, and he supplied good materials, hopefully. And if not, like there's always been things where like artists are very specific about something that they want. So they might in certain situations like purchase their own on top of all of that. But there was like a big break in the industry where people stopped wanting to do like commission and they started to do room rentals. So you would pay whatever your room rental was, and then anything over and above that you basically got to keep, which was super beneficial to pretty much anybody that had work ethic, because if you like you could work super hard all month, and if you worked hard enough and you were busy enough, like you could just make way more money than you ever would have with a commission structure. And it allowed
the incentives were there.
Yeah. If you had a work ethic, like if you had the drive to do it, it was great. But it also it limited the income for shop owners as well. So there's definitely like a split in shop owners that wanted to stay on a commission structure so they could make more money. And shop owners that were like, you know what, I just want the guaranteed income month to month, and I don't want to have to like babysit all of these artists on whether or not they're going to come to work every week.
Fair.
So room rent was like the ideal for them.
Just a flat base, they get this.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Pay the same amount every month. If you want to go on vacation, you still got to pay rent, but at least the room is like guaranteed yours kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
So
that makes sense. That's interesting how it can evolve. And do you have like, does that peg back to culture in Miami or something, or like where is that coming from? Where does Airdrie and Calgary get that from?
No idea, honestly. I know there's like some like hair salons that do that. But I'm not sure if that's something that like we took from hair salons or if it's just I have no idea.
Yeah.
I know that it pissed off a lot of shop owners, because people were leaving left, right, and center. Like if they didn't feel like they were getting fairly compensated for how hard they worked or like how many clients they brought into the shop, they were just like, see you later. Like I'm gonna go rent a space and make way more money and not have to follow your rules. So it definitely changed the industry.
Yeah. Well, and for the better, how are you feeling right now?
I think for the better personally, because it's like I just think like I come from a space of having like it's not a private studio, but I definitely have like a smaller scale, like second floor studio. Like I'm not a street shop. So for me, it's easy to know like the artists that work for me, like they're relaxed. They know what they're going to pay every month. Like they know if they want to go on a trip, they don't have to like ask my permission for it. And I think that creates like a lot more of a relaxed atmosphere. Like I'm not constantly nagging them to be like, do you have bookings? Like, are you working? Like, how hard are you working? Are you posting on Instagram? Are you sharing your stories? Like, I don't want to do that stuff. I'm doing that for myself. I'm running the business side of things. I don't want to have to babysit like 2 full-grown adults as well.
Yeah.
And with room rent, like I don't have to. Like they're adults, and I trust that they're capable of doing those things on their own. Yeah. So 10 out of 10 recommend.
That
personally,
that model.
Yeah.
Well, and when did you getting your own shop, taking on that risk, when did that come to mind?
I'm laughing because I know we've talked about this before.
Yeah, full disclosure, this is our second interview. We're doing a video for Cashflow Canvas for the city of Airdrie right now. But yeah, I'll be able to use some of that. And I've been to your shop and I've seen how you work when you were tattooing just a week and a half ago. Mm-hmm. And so I have an idea, but I just want to hear it from you.
Yeah. So, I mean, I was working at a shop in Cochrane and with one of my good friends, and he was like a great host having me there. Like it was great. Loved working with him. Super fun guy. But it just kind of got to the point after I had my son in 2021 where I was like, I can't commute anymore. I mean, I don't want to commute anymore. And my son had some respiratory stuff like when he was younger. So it was one of those things where sometimes like his decline would be really quick while he was at day home. And it would be like, we need to go get him now. And it ended up becoming this thing where it was like, okay, well, either me or like my partner it was an hour plus 2 hours sometimes to get him from day home. If it was like a last minute, like you need to come get him. And it became this like thing where I was constantly like, okay, well, I guess I'll not book full days. I'll not work every day of the week. Like if he's sick, like I'll not take the risk of going in if there's anything going on. And it just became, I think, like too much for there. And then that was also like coupled with the fact that I was kind of like, I moved to Airdrie a few years prior, and I was like really getting to know the business community and like the people in Airdrie, and I loved the small business community in Airdrie is just like so supportive. So I really wanted to be a part of that as well. So it happened really, really fast. I kind of was like, oh, okay, this is like too much. And then I saw this space pop up, I think like on, I don't even know where, like on Facebook or something. And I was like, oh, that's a cute little boutique. And I was like, hey, I could do that. Like that would work for me. I saw it that week, I think. And I had an offer to lease like a week later, and I was in the space within a month, like renovating. And then I had a month to renovate while I was still working full time at the shop in Cochrane.
Whoa.
And then I opened January 2024. So it was like a very fast turnaround. I was pretty much like tattooing all day. And then I'd like go get my kid, and like my partner would come into the shop, and we'd like reno all night. And then
it looks fantastic. It doesn't look like you slapped it together. And you have beautiful art on the wall. Like that.
Not at all slapped
mural
together. The mural, to be fair, the mural was not done before we opened. It was done like we had our grand opening, I think the end of January that year. So the mural wasn't done until maybe the night before the grand opening. Like it was just tight. It was a tight squeeze to get that finished. But it's done.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Yeah. And then it was just like after that, I was kind of just like filling up the walls with art. So yeah.
Some fun signs.
Yeah. The things I've collected over the years.
Yeah. Sticker bombed tool cabinets and
it's
great.
Okay. And then like it's so funny because I have like tools. So the one toolbox is like all of the stickers, and I was like, I'm a new tattooer and I would love to have stickers and like look cool. And then I started to get stickers where I was like, ooh, these are actually all my friends. Like I want these ones on my toolbox too. But then my old one broke, and I was like, yes, perfect, a friend toolbox. So
it's that point in
the
time.
like smaller one, yeah. It's like my friend. It's like everybody on that toolbox is like a sticker that I actually like know them. Like, oh, so it's like a little bit of a different collection.
It's got a story.
It's such an interesting thing, like tattoo shops. I don't think I've ever been to a tattoo shop that doesn't have stickers like bombarding something. It's
That's
just
great.
Like, we love stickers. Yeah. Yay, artists.
Kind of like skate culture and some car art kind of coming over.
Yeah, I was actually just at a tattoo conference in Victoria on the weekend. And they had like a full sticker swap table. Like it was like 3 of these tables.
Whoa.
They were just covered in stickers, and you could just like leave yours and take others. It was rad. It was so cool.
Yeah. That's
so good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I don't want to pass over. There's something about focusing on helping women and helping that side of the industry. Tell me about making a safe space, what that means, if I'm even using the right.
Yeah.
Tell me about Magnolia.
I don't. Like, yes, I want to call it a safe space. I feel like there's a lot of people in the industry that are like, this is a safe space. And it's like not a safe space. So do your research. Like, please do your research.
Don't just use that as a word
Don't just
to
be
attract.
like, oh, their Instagram says safe space. Like, we could probably go there. No, like like the only women that work at the shop are moms. We all have kids. So from like the get-go, we're all like very understanding of, you know, like things like consent or like respecting people's boundaries and respecting people's time. So, and those are all like really big factors, because I think like my number one is like integrity, right? Like I want you to come in and have a good experience and not feel like we're body shaming you, and not feel like you're in trouble for moving the stencil more than once. Or like you have to go pee. Like I don't go for it. Please go pee. And there's just like, I think this comes back to like the old style shops that I used to work at, where it was like, you would just get yelled at if you did anything, then lay there like a corpse. Like if you
be a wall.
Yeah, if you existed, if you were like, oh, I need a drink, like absolutely not. You will not drink today. Like, nope, if you're unconscious, the better for us. Like it's like it's such a difference, like it's such a juxtaposition of like the industry 20 years ago and the industry now. And I just like, I love when women come in and then they're like, wow, this was a really, like, I just thank you. Like, this is so welcoming, because it's like, that's exactly what I wanted to create the space for. And then it's sort of like, I guess that drive to like support women and like create spaces that are welcoming to women, and like mothers who don't feel like if you come in and talk about your kids, like the tattooer, the big bad tattooer is going to be like, ew, kids.
The scourge.
Yeah. Yuck. And it's like, there's something to be said about, I think, having an atmosphere of like people that understand the stage of life that you're in as well. Because if they do, like, you guys, it's like a much more supportive group of people around you. And that's also like kind of what drove towards like the whole Hey Artist business coaching thing as I segue
beautiful
into that.
Yeah, please.
Beautiful
please
segue.
Please do.
So Hey Artist is basically like business coaching for creatives. My target audience is like tattooers and creative entrepreneurs. I do have like a bit of a soft spot obviously for like mompreneurs and like women entrepreneurs who are like have other things on the go than literally just owning a business.
It's a lot.
It is a lot. And it's like, it's so funny. I was like planning social media content stuff this morning and I was like, man, the mental load, like people talk about the mental load of like motherhood all of the time and like of a household. And I think that's like becoming something that people are starting to recognize as like an actual thing. But I don't think that there's enough information or like there's enough conversation about like the mental load of business ownership, because it's like it's very lonely when like all you're thinking about is like, oh, okay, what do I have to do tomorrow? What do I have to do tonight? How do I track that? Like, how do I like, you get it, right? I mean, it's like and automating all of those systems and like finding things to make that more like fluid, I guess, and more succinct for you so that you can, especially as people that have families as well, spend more time with your family. So you're not just like hanging out with your kids on your laptop. It's like exhausting and there's a lot of things that you have to like manage at the same time as managing that like at home mental load.
Yeah, because you still have that.
Yeah, it doesn't go away. And unless you have a partner who's like entirely handling every single thing at home while you work, which like in this economy, probably not.
Very few.
Yeah, very few. So I think it's unreasonable to expect that. And I think it's unreasonable to expect like perfection from businesses when you're looking at like, especially it's like, that's not even a small business that you're looking at. Like these are like micro businesses we're talking about.
Yeah. Well, that's a term that I never even heard thrown around but like one person shop, whatever it might kind of be.
Yeah. I think a small business is recognized as like 10 or less employees.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I have contractors, but like they don't run like they are contracted to my business, but like I'm the one doing the stuff.
Yeah.
Like the things the admin things.
Yeah.
So Hey Artist basically helps to like create those systems and create those automations so that it becomes a thing where like you have a task list that's like manageable and you have like itemized things where like on Mondays I do this, like on Wednesdays we wear pink kind of thing, right? Like,
do you?
No. We should though. We should implement that.
Yeah, my wife does. She's a nurse
really?
and they have pink scrubs on Wednesdays. Yeah,
I love that. Yeah. I should implement that actually.
That's a great thing.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it really just like I after 18 years of tattooing and having a sole proprietorship and moving that into a corporation, like there's so many things that I really like struggled to learn. And I feel like I did like ass backwards. And I was just kind of like, cool, well, I really failed there. So let's do it a different way and like hope for the best. And because tattooing is has zero government regulation in Alberta, like outside of our health board, like our health inspections.
Yeah. Which is unreal.
there's no formal education. Like there's tattoo schools, but I mean like ask any tattooer who's been in the industry for more than 10 years how they feel about tattoo schools. Like it's not great. Like you essentially spend 6 days doing, I don't know, like book work, I guess, and then 1 day tattooing and like bam, you're ready to go.
That's it.
It's don't do it. Don't go to those people. I feel bad saying that because like I know that it's really hard to get into the industry. I know it's really hard to get like a proper apprenticeship, but like please work with an artist that actually like knows what they're doing.
Which how do you even without regulation, you gotta feel it out.
Yeah, like you really have to have like good referrals and like know the questions to ask.
Are you a safe place?
Yeah, are you a safe place? So it's definitely one of those things where like I lost my train of thought entirely here.
That's okay. Trying to get into the industry and
what were you talking about before that?
Well, then managing the business, all the workload, the stress, the life.
Oh, there's like, yes, government regulations.
Okay, sweet. I'm glad we got there.
Yeah. So thank you. So because there's no government regulation, like there's no formal education, there's no way for tattooers to know like you learn to tattoo in an apprenticeship, you learn to sterilize your station and like clean things properly. But outside of that, like you don't learn about tax. If you have a great mentor, you might. but you generally don't learn about taxes. You generally don't learn about CPP. You don't learn about like, are you going to contribute to EI or are you not? Are you going to like, do you need a GST number? Do you need a budget? Like, how do you market yourself? What's SEO?
It's a
like,
lot.
There's so many, it's like, there's all of these different hats that you have to wear and you have to learn how to wear them all on your own.
Yeah. This is all very familiar and echoing to my videographer self and to photojournalism segueing into running a business. Yeah. I've made many mistakes.
Well, and I mean, like, you're gonna flop. Like, whenever I have one-on-one clients for coaching now, they're just like, it's so scary to post on social media. Like, I never know what to post. I'm like, it's cool. You're gonna probably suck a lot at it first. And it's gonna feel like really awkward for a while. But I mean, do you remember when we started tattooing and like we sucked at that too? Like, sorry to all of my first clients. Like, let's get some touch-ups.
Do you have any long-time clients going back 18 years?
I do.
Good.
Maybe not 18, but like probably I tattooed this one woman and she's an absolute angel. Like, love her to death. I've been tattooing her for 13 or 14 years.
Amazing.
Probably. And I've definitely got a few like that. Yeah, it's great. So
and you want to touch up this
flower,
whatever you might have done 13 years ago?
I probably could. Like, if I haven't gotten better since then, I feel like that's a problem. But yeah, it's like you just, I don't know, you struggle for like all these years and then you get better at it. And it's the same with like literally any part of your business. But I think the biggest holdback is like people fear this judgment of like social media. And nobody really care. Nobody's really paying that much attention. Like, once in a while,
no one's thinking about you.
No, nobody's thinking about you. Like, they're on a reel for like 3 seconds, I think is the average. If your reel sees more attention than 3 seconds, like, great.
You nailed it.
Yeah, you nailed it.
Which is awful.
It's awful. But
it's
like,
because
our attention span
and we're putting out crap. It's a bit of both.
But
it's a genre. I don't know.
I think it's so funny because it's like, I feel like I'm like, oh, cool. I spent like 35 hours on this tattoo. Like, it is awesome. It's so great. I'm going to make a reel. I'm going to show everyone. And I'm like, 5 views. Wow. And then I'm like, I posted a reel the other day. I think I told you this before, where I was like, I had the camera like necklace thing on and I was like doing pointillism.
The one that worked.
And my like boobs were bouncing and the video was just like terrible quality because of it. And I got like thousands and thousands of views on that. Like, that's the stuff that apparently
you keyworded it.
Yeah, apparently. Yeah, this is it. But it's like so funny.
You don't want to go that avenue. That's not going to become the theme of the page.
No, I hope not. Yeah. God, no. I just need to get like a arm for my camera apparently when I'm tattooing. That's the next move, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just like it's this thing where like people are so stressed about about them being bad at something when they first start that I think they're almost like scared to give it a go. And then it becomes like a year later and you still haven't given it a go and you still haven't
posting or like putting yourself out there on Instagram. Or
people are just like,
online.
oh, I'll just not do it. Or they don't know how to do it or they don't like feel confident. And then it's like, well, now a year has passed and you still haven't even tried.
So you model that with Hey Artist? Do you coach that? How do you help artists?
It's kind of a combination of them. So I post about it all the time. My social media channel at heyartist.ca has a ton of stuff on there. My website as well, heyartist.ca, has just shamelessly plugging myself here.
Yeah. No.
There's a bunch of like free resources that are always being uploaded. I got a couple workshops going up in the new year. I've got social media content calendars with like video guides, stuff like that. Anything like I want support to be accessible. And I want support to really cater to artists specifically because there is a lot of business support out there, but in a lot of cases it's not catered towards creative individuals. And it doesn't really it doesn't support people in like artistic industries quite as well as it does in corporate industries.
Yeah.
So I want to make it really accessible. And then in addition to like the resources I offer and the downloadables, I also offer like one-on-one coaching directly with artists too, to kind of like customize and specialize like what sort of things they really need to focus on. So
right. So you can listen, make it more tailored to what they need at that point in the journey. Yeah,
totally. And then they get like homework all the time too, where it's like, okay, well, like I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I'm going to like support you in learning those skills. I have those skills. Like, I don't need to do the tasks for them, But like, I find one-on-one coaching is really good if you're kind of at a point where like maybe you feel like you need to grant, or you feel like you need to grow or expand, or you feel like you need to like learn a new skill like marketing like digitally. Those are things where it's like I can guide you on how to do those things, and I can guide you on how to like incorporate those things into your business. But so you have the skills long term. Like that way it becomes this thing where like you're totally capable of doing this stuff. And everybody's capable of doing this stuff. Like they just need the right education. Yeah. So
you can do it. I can. That wasn't a diss.
I like, it's just something like it's once it's put into, I think like a way that you can understand, I feel like artists are just very much like we just want to draw. We just want to like I'm sure that's the same as you. Like you want to do cool video stuff. Like I just want to tattoo.
It'd be nice not
I just
want to think about
100%. So like the more you can like make those things into automated systems, or like do it like one day a month is your content day. That's where you like post all your stuff for the month. And like it's okay if it's like not up to date. If you're like a month behind up, if you're like all of my stuff for November is planned. Yeah. It's already scheduled.
Nice.
So
people don't care. They don't have to worry.
Yeah, they're not like, oh, what
today?
Are you sure she didn't do that tattoo on Wednesday? Like nobody cares.
Yeah.
Because like my stuff is still getting posted regularly, and now I just have to hop on and like be like, this is really cool, or like share a couple stories, or like comment on people's stuff, because I actually like care about what they're posting, and I'm not worried about like, did I post today? What do I have to post today? Yeah. Like, and it's the same as like anything. Like once you figure out like a budget and you have a budget laid out, at the end of the month, it's far less work to just be like, are we still good? Yeah. Okay. Or no. Okay. It's so much easier to do that once you have systems in place to do that. And it allows more space for you to actually be creative outside of all of those like administrative tasks that unfortunately we need to do to run the business.
Yeah.
So
you're helping artists. Airdrie's home.
You
talked about really loving the small business community here.
Yeah.
I don't know if I got why, and why are you sewing back into that, involved in that here now?
I mean, I think it's just great. Like everyone here is so supportive. It's like
but like how? Like what's supportive here look like?
There's like everybody posts on each other's Instagrams. Everybody shares each other's stuff. Like there's the like even events that like the chamber does, like the awards galas or like the Amazing Women Awards, like all that kind of stuff. Even education for small businesses within the city is really great. The chamber events are really great for networking. And like, I've never run into anybody at any business event in Airdrie that has been like, you know, like everybody's just like, yeah, you do it. Like you go, like
that's
it's awesome.
True, yeah.
And everybody's so excited for you.
I don't have experience outside of Airdrie much for business community.
I mean, honestly, like
I haven't witnessed, witnessed a cold one? And
not really. No? Like I mean, I grew up in Okotoks, and I think from what I know, like my mom worked for the town of Okotoks, and she like, I don't think there was ever like she never spoke negatively about the business community.
You just weren't at that stage.
I just wasn't.
Life,
yeah, no, I wasn't. And then like even in Calgary, like I was not necessarily like at that stage. I don't think of like recognizing that I was even like my own business. Yeah. And it wasn't. I mean, Cochrane too. Like when I worked in Cochrane, like there's Cochrane small business groups. Like there's Cochrane like mom entrepreneurs group. It's very similar. Yeah, it's great. And they're very supportive. And there's a lot of stuff that like Airdrie and Cochrane do collectively as well. Like there's a lot of like women business owners that own businesses like in Cochrane and in Airdrie. So I'm not sure if it's maybe just like a small town. I mean, not that Airdrie's a small town, but it definitely like has that kind of dynamic a little bit, I think, especially in the business community. So,
well, and it's good in this venue, in a podcast like this, like it's not to slam others, it's to like amplify what's there.
Yeah.
And encourage that. So I'm glad that it's there.
Yeah.
In Airdrie, that there is that.
It's a good resource to like, and same with like the Airdrie Shop local page. Like that was, have you been on that on Facebook?
A little bit.
Yeah. So, and it was created by like a couple local business owners in Airdrie too, to like promote shopping local in Airdrie, obviously by the name.
Thanks for throwing that out.
Yeah, you're welcome. Just in case you didn't know, it's about shopping local in Airdrie. But it's like so cool that that's become such a huge page. Like it's super busy. It's super active. And it's all because people want to support Airdrie businesses, and Airdrie businesses want to like engage in our community. Like when you go to any community event, there's always like donations, auction items, stuff like that by all of our small businesses. So it's really incredible to see like not only that we are here like supporting the other businesses within Airdrie, but that it's like such an engaging community with businesses like and I guess like both vice versa.
Yeah.
So
yeah. And customers, is that the vice versa or?
Yeah, like I mean, customers like want to shop locally. Like we try to prioritize shopping local as much as possible. So many people do. And then the Airdrie businesses are so willing to give back to like community events and like charitable like auctions and stuff. So that's good to see, I think.
It makes the world go around. One of my friends was talking about sowing in other people's fields. I'm a farmer. I think that's why he likes to use those analogies with me. Okay. I grew up on a farm.
Only farm analogies.
Yeah, only farm analogies.
Only farm
that's
metaphors,
all he talks me in. That way I get it.
Yeah, you're like, oh,
but
tractors.
But like, I didn't grow up sowing in other people's fields. It was only in our own. You just kind of focus in on your own farm to a certain extent. It certainly flourishes, and it's pretty cool when you're able to help your cousin, neighbor, uncle, whatever.
Yeah.
I appreciate those memories. But in sowing in other people's fields in a city and other businesses, I'm trying to take that to heart a little bit more right now and how to help each other out. And that's Airdrie Inside, I think, gets to be that a little bit.
I was going to say, like this is, I think, a prime example of that. Like there's no, like you're not, I mean, it's not like there's a ton of gain, I imagine, from like volunteer position
no,
doing
but we're working on it.
But like, why else would you do it if it wasn't to uplift other like people within your community?
Yeah.
And get their story heard.
Yeah.
So
it's, and trying to look longer term than just the transactional and the what can. It's a mind bend for sure. And I'm glad that we're doing what we're doing. It's certainly but sowing in other people's fields, giving back, I see that a lot in Airdrie, and then those people flourish. So it's certainly well worthwhile. What final thought, what are you hoping for your business over the next couple of years here? What does a good win here look like for you?
Great question. I don't know. I have like a couple of longer term goals that I don't know that I'll share right now.
Fine, tease it.
I definitely have some like plans in place to kind of like continue to grow both sides of it and support locally more, like especially more local entrepreneurs. One for sure is I would like to expand kind of how we support local businesses. Like right now we just have like a little makers market inside of the tattoo shop. So I'd like to expand kind of how we support that style of business. We're also hoping to kind of expand into more classes like publicly within Airdrie, just both for kind of like art skills and just like sort of the fun art class sort of thing.
I would love that.
And
my boys might like that. My wife would love that.
Yeah, and then as well as like actual like business resources for like entrepreneurs within Airdrie. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah. There's stuff coming.
There's stuff coming.
Yeah.
Lots coming. Lots on the go.
Cool. Yeah, very cool. Erin, thanks so much for your time. Thanks for sharing.
Thanks so much
for
having me.
Yeah, my pleasure. This is where I get to look at that camera, make eye contact with it. Thank you so much for joining Airdrie Inside. We'll be back with more episodes soon.